boys and girls. Today we are going to talk about how you can make lists of books you would like to read in both our library catalog and in Mac and Via. One thing that good readers do is they always have an idea of what they're going to read after they finish their current book. So right now I'm reading an adult book called The Vanishing Half. And then my next book that I know I'm going to read is called The Rhino in Right Field, which is one of our Bluebonnet books this year. As you guys become more proficient readers, we want you to be doing the same thing. We want you to have a book that you're reading. We want you to have a book that you know you're going to read next. And it would be awesome if you actually had books that you knew you're going to read for the next 10 books or so. So today we're going to show you in the library catalog and in Mac and Via how you can create lists. So when you're thinking, what do I want to read next or what do I want to check out? You can just go to your list and you're ready to check out immediately. All right, so first we're going to use the library catalog. I already have it open and I'm already logged into my kiddo's account because my account looks different from yours. To log in, remember you click log in. You type in your 6-digit number with no S for your username and your password. Now, right now I'm in his My Lists view. There are no lists on this page because he hasn't made anything yet. What we're going to do today, though, is we are going to create a list of books that we'd like to read. Now, this is not actually for my kid. This is for me. So let's see. The other day I was in the library and my cat's at the door. And I was reading a book. I was putting books on the shelf. And I was looking and I saw the book Refugee, which I loved. And then next to it, I saw another book by the same author, but I can't remember the name of it. And I really think I'd like to read that next. So if I know of a book that I read and I know I want to read another book by the same author, but I can't go to the shelf and look at it, I can look up Refugee, which I know. I could find out who the author is, and then I can use that author to find the other book I'm interested in. So let's try that. I'm going to look up Refugee. I'm going to spell it right. All right, here's Refugee. This is not the author. This is an audiobook, so that's different. The author of Refugee is Alan Gratz, and it's typed last name, comma, first name. So I'm going to do the same thing. Gratz, Alan. All right, with one L. And I'm going to click search. So here's Refugee. Oh, there's the book, Project 1065. That's the one I wanted to read. Now, I have the option to place it on hold, which is how you request a book. Then Ms. Rolfe and I will pull it for you, and then it'll be available at curbside. But if I already have books or I'm not ready to read it yet, one of the things I can do is I can click this little box right next to it, and either up here at the top where it says Select Action, or down here at the bottom where it says Select Action, I can click the drop-down arrow, and I can add it to my lists. Okay, it says it was successfully added. So now, when I go to my lists, there's the book I want to read. And you can add a bunch of different books to this. Let's see. Maybe there's, that Rhino in Right Field. Maybe if I'm thinking I want to read that one next, I can find that book. Also, if I spell it right, you do have to spell stuff right in this system. Here's Rhino in Right Field. Right now it says we only have it in ebook. Maybe I won't be reading that next. But I can search for whatever book I want to read. And if I already have books checked out, this is a great way to put some things on a list. Like, let's see, Kung Pao Chicken. I want to read these two because I've already read this green one and the orange one. And I can click the checkbox, click the down arrow, click add to my lists. And now when I go back to my list, I should have a bunch of other books. Perfect. So now if I come back to this list one day, like let's say in 3 weeks, I'm like, I don't know what I want. Let me see my list. Say, yeah, I'm ready for this one. What I can do is click place hold. That book will get placed on hold. And then the next time I come for checkout, it'll be ready for me. Okay. So that's a really easy way to make a list of books so that you don't forget the things you're interested in. That works from the home page, works from anywhere. If you see a book that you're like, what's over here? The Boy Who Became a Dragon. That looks good. Go to find in my library. And I want this one, but I don't want it yet. I can click select an action, add to my lists. And now that book is on my list as well. If I ever decide that I've read it and I don't want it, I can click here and I can click delete selected. Because let's say I got that one and I read it. I don't need that on my list anymore. I can get rid of it really easily. So that's one way that you can create lists. This one is in our library catalog. The next thing I'm going to show you is how to create lists in Mac and Via. Okay, the other way I'm going to show you to put books in a list is through Mac and Via. Remember your login for Mac and Via is your S number with no S. Mine is different because I'm a teacher. Your password is the same thing. All right, so in Mac and Via, we have lots of our Bluebonnet books up at the top, lots of good books here. You can see all of our books by clicking either all resources or ebooks. You can search for books in the corner. Your backpack is like your account. Here, instead of creating a list like my list, you're going to mark things as your favorite. And it's actually really easy in Mac and Via to mark things as your favorite. So when you're looking at your books, if you hover over one, see the little heart? All you have to do is click it. Now that is in my favorites. So when I go to my backpack, I'm going to see and go to favorites. I'll see Charlie Hernandez and the League of Shadows. If I decide I don't want that in my favorites, I can unclick it and it'll go away. You can see I've added lots of things to favorites over the years. So as you're searching or as you're sliding, just looking through, maybe looking through these Bluebonnet books up at the top and you're like, oh, I want to read some of these. You can mark it as a favorite. You can also do a request, which is like putting it on hold. So if I want to read The New Kid, but I see it has this red circle in the corner, which means it's checked out, I can request it, which means when it's available, it'll get checked out to me. If I don't want to request it, I just want to remember it for the future, I can click that little heart. You can also search books up here. Sorry, guys, can't type and talk at the same time. And if it's something that you're interested in, you can click Add to Favorites. So it's super duper simple in Mac and Via to add things to your favorites. Just remember it's in your backpack under favorites. And then, hold on, I'm going to slide over here. You have the option to check things out, remove it from favorites. Open now is like just like looking at it, like taking it off the shelf, but not actually keeping it for yourself. And if something is checked out, looks like I requested this one. If something's checked out, you can request it. Here we go, like this one. This is checked out. I can click request so that the next time it's available, it gets checked out to me. And if I decide I change my mind, I can click cancel request, okay? So that is how you find your favorite books or add books to your favorites list in Mac and Via. And I hope that you guys use both of these to create a list of things you're interested in reading. Now that you've watched this video, try it out. Go to Mac and Via, go to the library catalog, get some books in your lists for your things that you'd like to read in the future. And then in the discussion below, comment 1 or 2 books that you added to your favorites list, and maybe some other people will get some ideas too.